Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to be using the Andis Masters, the Oster Fast Feeds, and the Andis GTX for my liner. I'm going to start off with my Oster Fast Feed all the way closed, and I'm going to begin to make my first guideline. Now I'm going to be sharpening up the hooks of his hairline, what I like to call the hooks, using my GTX. I'm just going to do a rough outline of it. I'll go back to this later, and let's go ahead and get back to this fade with my Oster Fast Feeds all the way open. Now I'm using my number 2 guard. I want to make sure that I keep my fade as dark as possible, so I'm not cutting in too much. I'm kind of just lightly grazing the scalp with the clipper. And then I'll go back to my number 1, and I'll be utilizing that corner technique quite often in this haircut. And as you can see in the beginning, with my first couple of guidelines, I kept them really short because I want to keep, like I said, I want to keep the fade as dark as possible. So in order to do that, you got to keep your guidelines really close together. You know, the longer the blend, obviously, the longer the space between the guidelines is going to be. But if you want your fade to be more of a darker look to it, then you're going to have to shorten up your guidelines, especially your first couple of steps are going to have to be a lot shorter. As you see me doing in this video right here, I'm using some clipper over comb work and really lightly grazing the hair. I'm not digging in at all with the clipper over comb technique, so make sure you take note of that. And you know, make sure I'm taking my time so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Now I'm doing the corner technique using my fast feeds. I have the clipper adjusted to open, and I'm going back and forth, closing it, opening it, and just basically doing some touch-up work. You don't want to go too high up into the fade with this technique until you're really comfortable with it, because you could end up ruining your whole haircut. And you know, so I would basically just, you know, practice on using it at the bottom of your fades only until you really feel comfortable with it. Then you can go higher and higher, as you see I'm doing right there. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish off the lineup, keeping it extremely natural. I don't push the hairline back at all. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish off the hook right there, as I stated earlier. Just lightly tapping it. And then I'm going to go ahead and get started on the other side of the fade and get that to match up to the other side as best as possible. Alright guys, so I'm wrapping up the fade using my Andis Masters, just doing some minor cleanup work. And then I'm going to move along to using my Andis T outliners. Still using that corner technique. I'm going to slow it down a little bit for you so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And basically I'm just knocking away any dark spots in the fade. And you know, like I said earlier, it's wait until you're comfortable, you know, to go high up into the fade. Other than that, you got to keep it at the bottom. And even at the bottom of the fade, it's still a good technique to use, but it's gonna definitely help you. But it's not for everybody. I've had people say, oh, I don't like that technique. And hey, it's not for everybody, but take what you need and leave the rest. And now I'm finishing up with some clipper over comb technique. As you can see, I've already put some pomade in his hair, slicked it back, and now I can see exactly what there is that needs to go. So I'm just finishing it off with some clipper over comb technique in slow motion for you. Just knock away any excess hair, right? But don't go in at all, because the fade is pretty much already shaped exactly how it should look. Now I'm using some freehand technique. Alright everybody, that pretty much wraps up this video. Here's one more look at the fade. I just want to say thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. And I should have another video for you guys up by tomorrow. So make sure you stop back by and check it out, alright? Peace.